Angular component. Let's see how we can use the Angular component. First of all, let's understand what is Angular component. So Angular component is a type of directives with template, style and logic for user interaction. In fact, using the component, we are displaying something to the end user. And the Angular component always exported as a custom HTML tag. So as we have the built-in HTML tag like div, para, span. Same way the component we can access using the HTML tag. So let's say if your component name is my component. So my component can be accessed using the custom tag my-component, open tag and my-component closing tag. And the component is always initialized by Angular dependency injection engine. So don't need to worry about the initialization process. It is taken care by the Angular itself. And a component contains template, your HTML markup, a class, your TypeScript class, and metadata. In the metadata, we define like what are the template file we are going to use in this component, what are the CSS we are going to use. So various things we define at the metadata level. So these three things mainly are making a component. Now let's have a look on the component structure. So this is a typical example for a Angular component. If you will see, the selector is here my-component. This selector is the part of the @component decorator. So this @component decorator we have imported from Angular built-in module @angular/core. So in this built-in module, the component class is available. This component we are using as a decorator. And this decorator contains the metadata selector, like how to call it on an HTML page, like anywhere in our application. Then there is a template. So you have two options here, either define the inline template, either define the template URL. So we are using here inline template. So in the inline template, just define your template here. Let's say this is example for interpolation, like how we can bind the data from our component class to on this template. So we will see here there is a double curly braces and a name. So this name we have defined in our my component class. You can see name type is a string and the values here Shailendra. So this name is going to be show within this paragraph, and even this value is going to be show in this input text box also. And here styles is empty. If you're willing to define a inline style, you can define here. Even you can define the your CSS path as well. So all these things are making the metadata for your component. So let's see how we can create a component using the Angular CLI. So I'm already having a Angular project, which is a brand new project. You will see it's containing only the auto-generated files by the Angular CLI. So there is a app component.html which is containing here your welcome message, your some link where you can refer for learning the Angular, and there is a app component.ts class file. So you can see there is a selector. This selector we are using for calling this component, and this selector, if you will check, we are using on our index.html. So there is an index.html file. Here you can see we are using here app-root. So this app-root is a custom HTML tag which we are using to access our app component. So the app component.ts where this selector is applicable. So what are the selector name you will mention here? With that name you need to access it on your HTML page. So this is we are accessing. So let's create our own component. So what I'm willing to create here. So if you will look into this app component.html, so there is a default menu. First of all, let's see how the application is running. So for running the application, just run the command ngserve, and I'm mentioning here -o to open my default browser after building the code. So you can see it's building our code, and you can see I'm getting here my component tab where we are having the default template. Now let's make the code clean because there are so many extra files which we are not using in this example. So let's remove this specification file because we are not using this one, this CSS file. So these two files I have just removed, and at the app component dot ts is automatically remove the css path. Now just remove the title also, and this title you will see we are using here. So let me remove this menu completely, and here it is configured with the routing. So for the routing, make sure you have added the router outlet, but here we have not defined any menu. So menu we can define here using the bootstrap. So bootstrap we can use for defining the menu, and later on that menu, for that menu we can create a separate component, let's say header. So what I'm doing here, I'm just creating here one new component. So you can see here we are not getting any output because we have not mentioned any message over there. So what we need to do here, let's define here a h1 tag, and I'm defining, let's say, header as a message. Save it, then check. I'm getting here header. So everything is working fine. So now let's do one thing. Let's install the bootstrap here. So let's add one more terminal, and in this terminal we need to run a command npm install bootstrap. So by default we'll download the latest version of bootstrap, that is bootstrap 4.x. so it will download. So do mention here a dash save option, because save option will do entry in your package.json file. So when you will check in this code, and when somebody will take the latest on the machine, he will get the information like I need to install here bootstrap also. So after installing the bootstrap, let's do mention this path in the angular.json file. So this is my angular.json file, and there is a build under the architect. Now here just define the complete path for your bootstrap. So it is a part of node underscore modules, then there is a package name as bootstrap, then there is a distribution. So if you will check here, there is a dist, then css, then file name. So file name is bootstrap.css. So in this way we added the reference of bootstrap 4. And you know guys, every time when you will add something into this angular.json file, you need to restart your Angular running application. So our Angular application is already running on the terminal 1. So let's stop it. So do press Ctrl C, then you will get the option, do you want to terminate the job? Yes, and run it again, and gserve-o. So it will open our Angular application in the browser again on the port number 4200. So you can see here I'm getting here application again, but this time it's showing the header here. So now let's define the menu using the bootstrap. So let's open again the app component.html, and here I have installed the bootstrap 4 snippet so that I can generate the Angular 4 bootstrap, the bootstrap 4 snippet. So you can see there is a snippet here. You can see this is the package you can install in your ID. Same I have installed. So I'm just using here b4. Then what do you want to create? I want to create here navvar. So I'm just creating here navvar default. And whatever the other changes you want to do here, you can do here. Let's say there is so much extra code is generated. If you will see, you can check it here. It generated the search box, but these we are not using at all. So let me remove the extra code from here. So I'm just removing this li. I'm just removing this first one also. So let's remove the extra code completely from here, this way. And right now we don't have any other page so that we can navigate. So right now it's containing only one li with the link, but soon we will add. You can see it's containing here the link. So here this is the default code which generated by the Angular CLI where we are doing the changes. Now let's add a new component using the Angular CLI. So what I'm doing here, I'm just adding here a new component by using the new terminal here. So here let's use the Angular CLI ng generate or write the short G, then component or C for component, then define your component name. So let's say I'm willing to create a component with the name header. and I don't want to create a separate style sheet, so I'm mentioning here dash is is for inline style sheet. And because every time when you will create a component, it will create a CSS file, it will create a specification file as well. But to skip the specification file, there is a one more flag you can mention over here. So the flag you need to mention it dash skip dash test. So it will create a component. You can see it's create a component header.component.html and header.component.ts. It didn't create a separate style sheet. It didn't create a separate specification file. So now this component, let's say I want to reuse on more than one layout page, because we will see this app component.html is working as a layout. So whatever the menu we are having, I can copy from here and I can do mention here on this header.html. And to access this header.html, we need to access this app component, this header component selector. So just use the header component selector, app-header, and do mention at the top level. So in this way we have used header component on this app component.html. Same way you can create here a footer component as well, if you are willing to define something at the footer level. So if you will see here, we are having the header component containing the menu link. Now let's define here a component with the name, let's say home. I'm adding here one more component with the name home. So this time creating my component name as home. Let's add the home component, and this home component we should mention as a application home page. So let's open here app routing module. In the app routing module we should mention this home component as a home page route. So let's define here path. So path would be here empty, and then define the component which you are willing to render here. So I'm just willing to render here home component this way. So this file is auto generated by the Angular CLI, so I didn't created it. So in this empty area, just define my created home component path. And this app routing module is already added in this app module.ts file. So app module is a main module file here, where we are having the reference of our app routing module, where we are having the reference of header component and the home component. So what are the component you will add in your application, all should be mentioned here in this declaration section of the app module, directly and indirectly. If you will not add the components here, you cannot access in your application. So let's see how we are getting the output now. So the output will look similar, but now it is containing here home works also. And this home works is coming from the home component.html. So this is a paragraph where it is showing. So this way we have defined our header component and we have defined our home component for making our web application layout. If you want to see how generally we should design our application layout using the component, so let's see how the Angular component page view looks. So in the Angular component, a page view can be designed like this way. So if you will see here, there is a header component where we can define our website banner, where we can define our website menu. You can have an article component if you are going to render a article page. In the right hand side of the article, there might be the list of category which you can display using the category component. And just below the article component, you can use the comment component for displaying the number of comments for a particular article. And you might having a news feed component where you can display the latest news on your website. And in the last, you can see there is a footer component. So every web page we never make using a single component. A web page is always divided into multiple components. So this is the web page view which you can make using the multiple components. So far we just designed two components here, let's say header component and the article component as a home component we have used. Same way I can define a footer component as well, which I can use on my app component. So let me create a footer component also. So I'm creating here one more component with the name footer component. So it will add a add a component as well with the name footer component. And generally, if you will see here, what are the component we are willing to reuse at more than one places. We didn't keep as in the separate folder. We generally define a folder named as shared. In the shared folder, we generally create such component. So let me show you how we can define here these components in the shared folder. So here you have two options, either create a shared folder manually, then do copy and paste of these components in the shared folder, or using the CLI also you can create the footer component and the header component directly into the shared folder. So just do one thing. First of all, let's add a folder here with the name shared, because these are my shared component, and in the shared folder directly I will put my footer component and I will put my header component. So here when you are writing the command for creating the component, that time even you can define the location where you are willing to create it, like in which folder this component you are willing to create it, you can mention in this Angular CLI. So here what we can do here, we can define the folder where we are willing to create this footer component. So here there is a shared folder which is empty right now. Let me clear the things so that it's visible to you. So here I can define the location for my footer component. So here we can define, let's say, shared / footer. So this way I can define the location where you want to generate this footer component. And if you will see here, when you will create the footer component, it will create a default folder as well. But I don't want to create this folder. So here I can mention the option -- flat, then enter it. So now you can see in the shared folder, it's created the footer component directly. We don't have a folder with the name footer. So now this folder we can remove from here. It's not using, we are not using it anymore. Now let's define same way the header component as well. So there is a shared, I'm defining a component with the name header, and it's also flat because we don't want to create the separate folder for the header component. You can see both the components are the part of this shared folder. Now it's up to you, do you want to create the folder or not. I'm just showing you the way how you can skip the folder creation as well. Now let's, what the code we have on this header component.html, let's copy from here and do mention this header component.html, which is the part of the shared folder. Let me remove this header folder now, and on the app component.html, let's update the things. It's already updated here, this header. So the things we need to update in the app module. In the app module, we have the reference for the header component, we have the reference for the footer component. So these are containing the old references. Now let's update it. So now it is the part of the shared folder. So I just corrected the reference for header and the reference for the footer. Now in the footer component.html, let's define some link. So we can define here a link here. Let's say I'm adding the link using my unordered list, and I can define here a link for, let's say, I can define a link, let's say, for privacy policy. So right now we don't have any page for the privacy policy, just for the designing I'm just creating it. So let's say privacy, it's about us, contacts us, such a we can generate. Don't need to define the para here, it's fine. Just do one thing, the bootstrap there is a class container, so that everything will look in the center, which I'm using class container I'm using here. And also define a privacy. So let's say about us, then there is a contact us, then privacy. And for using this footer component, let's add it on the app component.html. So here let me add app-footer. Now let's see how it is looking. You can see I'm getting here menu, I'm getting here, this is the footer, and this is the container where you can add any content. So this is the content part where you need to add. So I can add here a content from Angular .io, and you can do mention a content. So let's say I'm adding this content from here in para. Let me word wrap. This way we just mention the content. If you will see now on your web page, it's looking like this way. For the designing, you need to just run the Bootstrap 4 so that the things will look in better way. So I just mentioned a content class, that's it's everything is looking in the center. But here also you can mention the things so that it's aligned into the center. So there is a app component.html and this router outlet. Just do wrap in a div container having the class container, class equal to container, this way. So if you will see here, it will be aligned in the center. You can see same with the menu link also, you can align in the center. So if you want to align this menu to the center, so this one can be done. So let's open here the header component within the shared folder. So let's define here a class for container. So these all links we need to align in the center. So what we can do here, we should wrap this entire code within a div container. So class container. So we are doing it only for designing purpose and the div. Now let's verify. You can see all the link now starting from the center, never and link. So this way how you can design your web page with the help of Angular components. So similar way you can define the right sidebar. So just create a separate component for right sidebar, and you can mention on this app component.html here in the right sidebar. So this is all about how we can use the Angular component for designing our Angular application here.